Hello, I'm Captain Iceblock. My hero pool consists of all the heroes named Storm Spirit and Hero What I Do, guides on Storm, other heroes, lanes, mechanics, and everything in between. I also stream, coach, and analyze your replays. To support the content, you can get one of those services or just buy me a cup of coffee on Patreon. And with all that said, let's go.
Storm clouds are gathering!
Long teased and awaited release of Mars is here, and with that, let's break the hero down and see how he operates. Mars is a strength-based hero with an above-average attack range and a satisfying animation. While not as impressive on the armor side of things, his strength gain is above average, and Mars will naturally tank up by a lot just through leveling, not even counting his abilities. And as for abilities, let's take a look. Spear of Mars works as a point-target missile, which should be aimed at both heroes and the environment objects, in a similar fashion as Wind Ranger's Shackle Shot. On a successful connect, it stuns by 1.6 seconds at level 1, 2.8 level 4, and can be extended via talent up to 4.3 seconds. Use the spear defensively as means to disengage an enemy from yourself, or offensively as a disable.
My aim is true! Hold it! As the picket flies! Yes! God's moving wind doesn't even describe it!
God's Rebuke is basically Monkey King's Boundless Strike presented as short-range cleave ability. The important thing to note here is that the spell operates as a physical attack and as such can deliver on-hit effects such as stuns, slows, and damage procs.
Beg for mercy! Let's have all the fun! Go before me! Our lines will never break!
Bulwark is a passive that works exactly like Bristleback's passive and reduces damage incoming from the front or the sides. Unlike Bristleback, however, it only reduces physical attack damage coming from melee hits or physical damage abilities. Treat it as partial vanguard.
Thought as much! Move out! I hunt!
It also makes a kick-ass beat. And as for ultimate, it serves similar purpose as Disruptor's kinetic field and Static Storm combined. And we can also think of it as giant reverse clock's cogs, with a bit of Monkey's King Ring thrown in. Use it as an initiation to trap valuable targets or keep people outside. Heroes attempting to enter will be blocked, and people attempting to leave will be thrown back towards the center. It doesn't block abilities involving translocation or blink. It will block a Force Staff though. Mars himself and friendly heroes can freely walk in and out.
Damn! 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 Juggernaut! This way! Go, go! Zip!
Regarding talents, he is quite flexible between offense and defense, but I personally would recommend building the defensive side most matches, taking strength, armor, extra stun duration and HP regen. So what do these abilities tell us? Mars is a great hero to engage, disengage, and sit in the middle of fights being hard to kill, in a similar fashion to other strength initiators such as Centaur, Axe, Bristleback, etc. Is he a viable carry though? Not really. His kit lacks natural steroids to his attacks, and without increased damage or attack speed, makes his right click scale poorly into the late game. An argument could be made for God's Rebuke, which always produces a right click critical, and while it does hit hard, it has 10-second cooldown at max level, and this makes it an unreliable damage source. Mars, I believe, functions best as position 3, and an argument could be made for position 2 as well, seeing as he has quite good lane control to help versus certain encounters. The hero, however, does not have tools to flash farm, and is best utilized to create space for the rest of the team. Let's talk items. The popular early to mid game tempo items will all work well on the hero, such as Hood, Flats, Drums, and Urn. Blink is essential at all games since Mars's abilities require him to be in the center of the fights and should be gotten early. Vanguard and Crimson Guard has an interesting interaction with the passive, and I'll need more testing to figure out the details. Going into late game, as with most games, itemization will depend on the matchup, but should consist of items that boost Mars's magic damage tolerance, allows him to control enemies better, and helps sustain longer fights. So now that we know how Mars works, when do we pick him? Mars is a decent first pick option into any lineup, as he does not seem particularly vulnerable against any tactics. He can initiate, counter-initiate, and is good at defending objectives. Pair Mars with hard-hitting heroes such as Phantom Assassin, Kling, Drow, as he can easily isolate targets. He does, however, suffer from low mobility and is vulnerable to magic damage unless builds items against it. If you would like to counter Mars, heroes that easily disable Blink, such as Venomancer, Zeus, Viper, will make it harder for him to orient himself on the battlefield. Carries like Juggernaut, Lifestealer, Void can walk through Mars's ultimate and generally have the damage to deal with him. This should cover all the basic stuff you need to know about Mars. I will leave you with a terribly executed bot match. Good luck!
No precision pen doesn't even describe it.
Instructions are followed.
Fall before me. Mercy stays right there. Spears up.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Huzzah! Give me a sec. What? Moment! Spears has have all the fun! We'll go far together, little knight. My body falls. The might of Mars will prevail! Bottom is missing. The fight ends when I play my song! A step towards victory! My feet know the way. Don't push me. Fight within doesn't even describe it. You destroyed! We go! I'm under attack!
Could you?
All inside! All perfect! Of course! Your struggles begin!
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2. More than 2 kills, but less than 4 kills.
I'm not ready. To me! Forward moving! Execution style! there! Damn! Damn, damn! My spear leads the way. Follow my lead. Indeed. Ready. Hold it. You're welcome. At this rate, the whole god is complete. With pleasure. There's nowhere to go. Doesn't even describe it. Blow away.
Dire structures are fortified.
Nothing.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
As myself.
Brave.
Understand.
Ownage.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Dominating, I guess. Double kill.
The enemy's bottom tower. Radiant victory.